What's up, DV8 fans? Matt Ogle is in the building at Brunswick headquarters. Gonna throw the DV8 HellCat for you guys all. Enjoy.
Yes, sir. You heard it right there. I am Matt Ogle. I am here at Brunswick headquarters. We're at the 6-lane center here at Brunswick, and we are throwing the new DV8 HellCat XLR8. I also have the DV8 Chill for those of you that are interested. So let's get to it here. Yeah, let's just start bowling. The original HellCat was one of my favorites. And now we have the XLR8. Right out of the gate, a strike. You can't beat that. If you guys have any questions at all, feel free to comment. You know, this is just not to watch me bowl. You can ask questions about all the DV8 products, whether it's bags, bowling balls, shirts, any Brunswick shoes, apparel, anything like that. Just let me know. I think I'm gonna like this ball quite a bit on tour. We're bowling on a pretty heavy oil pattern here. I've bowled for a little while, but just to get warmed up. As you can see, that's 2 in a row. We might try to do a 300 here live. So we're at 2. We're at 2 right now.
Packy tried to chase 300. He didn't get there.
So we'll kind of do what Packy was doing not too long ago, chasing 300 here. I don't know how long it'll take me if I don't do it the first 12 shots, but we're going to try.
What's layouts on those balls?
The layout on this one is a 90 by 3.5 by 30.
You want to show camera, see what that looks like?
Yeah, this is one of my I would say benchmark drillings. It's probably a little too strong for this ball, but we're gonna try some different drillings here later in the week. I forgot we were going for 300. Got it. Always trying to strike, but should have took a little more time there, I guess. This is 253-053-016, I believe, for you numbers guys out there. Yeah, you see it right there on the screen. We have the XLR8 cover on this.
Maximum Havoc.
Oh, I'm sorry. Maximum Havoc cover with the HellCat core. So just even more hook. Seems to be a little bit smoother than the other one. Oh, that's a little wide. Woo, 4 in a row. I'm already nervous and I have 8 strikes to go. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment.
There are questions.
We'll get to the
DV8 You want to answer them as you go?
Yeah, let's answer them.
All right. Wham wants to know, what's the biggest thing that helps you bowl under pressure?
The biggest thing that helps me bowl under pressure? Breathing correctly. I guess not trying to hyperventilate. You know, like on the TV shows, once I get on the show and it's ready to go, you know, it's go time. I always try to let my opponent go first, but you know, taking deep breaths, just trying to relax, put yourself in a better place, not in a nervous state. Just, you know, just take deep breaths and, you know, kind of look in the crowd. That's what I was told by some of the other guys, just to get a feel and not feel like they're complete strangers, you know. But that's what I do for me. For yourself, just take deep breaths. Just try to calm yourself down, get your heart rate down. All right, so we're at 4, I believe. And I feel like I should move because this ball just hooks so much. All right, there's 5, almost halfway there.
And Chris wants to know, what pattern we bowling
on? This is a heavier oiled house shot pattern. Has a little more volume. You know, it's probably what you're going to see at most of your centers. They may not put this much oil out, but this is just to give you an idea of how strong the ball is.
Yeah. So this is a 43-foot pattern with 32 milliliters oil.
So I believe it's 43 feet, 30 units of oil, which is quite a bit. But this HellCat's not having a problem. All right, we're at 5. Let's go for 6. Oh, come on. The old 910. Just got a little too much angle on that one. I guess I got around it a little bit too. That was kind of on me. So we'll shoot for 279. Not sure how far Pike he got, but hopefully I beat him. DV8 HellCat XLR8. You know, this ball looks good going down the lane. I believe it's going to have good shelf appeal too. Get a little closer for you guys, in case you haven't seen it yet. Again, that drilling is 90 by 3.5 by 30. There we go. That was a little slow. Perfect. Seems to me like this ball is very forgiving. You know, with it being so strong, that was a little bit slow, but like I said, there's quite a bit of oil in the lane. It forgave me a little bit there when I missed. So it was a little bit slow, like I said. But
now, Matt, is that ball fresh out of the box, or do you have some games on it?
So this ball is semi-fresh. We shot the video with it just a little bit ago. I would say it's probably got a game on it. And then what the shots you're seeing right now is what's left on the ball. So I probably got a total of probably a game and a half, 18 frames or so. Oh, that's way in. I mean, it's not that forgiving. It's forgiving, but not that forgiving. I missed about an arrow and a half left. That's on me, not paying attention, keeping my eyes down. So here's one right out of the box. It doesn't look too much different. You can see the surface on it. It's pretty dull out of the box. Let me put them side by side here, show you guys. So it's got just a little bit of lane shine, not a lot. Like I said, it's got about 19 shots on it. I think we're in frame 8, but I would have missed on that one there. So I'm going like 250.
You're just assuming the 9 out.
No, I made the spare. You know, I'm a pretty good spare shooter unless it's a 10 on TV. Not too good at those.
We got a couple questions, a lot of troublemaker questions. People want you to throw a troublemaker right now, but you don't have one with you.
I don't have a troublemaker with me. There's one in the truck, but I probably should have brought one out here.
That's all right. So do you think the troublemaker is good for right-handers?
Troublemaker, yeah, it's good for right-handers, absolutely. You know, we don't discriminate on that ball for left or right-handers. Whether you use your thumb or not, it's very versatile for everyone, for all styles. Whether you throw it straight or hook it, have your speed high or speed low. I'll tell you what, probably going to have the 5 guys on my team on Wednesday nights are probably going to have one.
And do you know anything about the Big Bend pattern, and do you think the accelerate will be good for that pattern? The Kegel Big Bend.
Big Bend pattern. Oh, get out of there. The Big Bend, I don't know much about that. I think it's got a lot of oil in the middle of the lane, if I remember correctly. That might be the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, maybe Santa Claus, that's his name. If you can tell us the specs on the pattern, maybe some length and some numbers on it, maybe we'll be able to do a little better.
If you could give me the link and the units, a little bit about the pattern on that pattern, Big Bend, whoever commented that.
And then Biddle wants to know, what's your PAP? What kind of layouts do you like to use mostly?
My PAP is 5 5/8 over, 5/16 down. And I use mostly on my ASIMs, I'll use 90 by 3.5 all the way to 4.5 by 30. And for symmetric balls, I'll use like 30 by 4, 4.5, 5 by 35. And those seem to be working for me pretty well. I think I used on my Defender on the show, I was using 90 by 4 3/4 by 30 with a Defender hybrid. And that was on a 48-foot pattern. I would like to have seen how this HellCat would have done on that.
What kind of pitches are you using there?
My pitches are a half away reverse and 3/8 left and 3/8 right. I'm probably going to go to 3/4, possibly an inch in the next, few months, just to see how it is. That way I'm a little bit softer out of it at the bottom, and for tour, that's a huge deal.
And then Steve wants to know, do the higher pin layouts create more length for you?
Yes, they do create more length. Higher pin layouts, like the 5.5 inch pin on the Troublemaker, creates a whole lot of flare and smooths the lane out for me. Kind of like what this one's doing for me too, the HellCat. My favorite layout for the Troublemaker would be the Benchmark 3.5. That's what I use at League. Put a little bit of polish on it, not a lot. And I may even just put like 3,000 on it and let it lane shine.
Mason wants to know, how's your week going, Matt?
My week's going pretty good. I've been gone for 9 days from the family. It's not my favorite, but I'll be home Monday. And this weekend we have the Skill Ball Challenge in Detroit. 8 of us are bowling that. But yeah, my week's going pretty good. We got some great weather here in Muskegon. But just enjoying the weather.
Did you enjoy that downpour during lunch?
Yeah, there was a little bit of rain during lunch.
It came and went like quick.
Yeah, it was in here about 15 minutes. I got a little bit wet walking into the restaurant, but on the way out it was dry and sunny. I do got to give a shout out to my guys back home. They took care of my lawn care for me. Brent Paget, Joel Price, and Kevin Flagg. I appreciate you guys for cutting my lawns for me. At the beginning of the year, I had Chuck Bruner help me too. So
all 69 feet of it.
A lot of hard workers, all 69 feet. Yeah, I posted that I cut 23 yards in my neighborhood, which is 23 times 3 is 69 feet. So I had to change it to 23 lawns because there's some smart, I'm not sure if I could say it, but smart people, smart Alex on Facebook, and one of them's in my ear right now.
Scotty wants to know, have you ever thrown the Spy from Radical?
It's funny that you say that. I have not thrown the Spy. I was just in the warehouse looking at the balls, and I was like, I should try that Spy. I do know a couple guys throw it quite a bit. I know Jacob Butchup throws it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't usually throw those lower end balls.
It's plastic. It's got a high-end core. Plastic cover, plastic on the shell.
It's got the high-end core plastic cover, but that's just not for me.
Hey, Vincent wants you to throw one out the window right now to try to get it way out.
Throw one out the window, okay. This Vincent Ludwig?
Yep.
Oh, Vince. Out the window. Okay. So I already know what I'm about to do to correct it, so. I mean, the ball just got so much traction. I would have to literally throw it in the gutter for it to go in the gutter. It just took so much. Probably one that you're going to get, Vincent, I'm sure. We'll get to this chill here shortly. Throw a few more shots at this HellCat. If you guys have any questions, like I said, feel free to comment.
There are a few.
Yeah. Well, that's good that
Chris wants to know, he's a lefty two-hander, and he's been asking about the Troublemaker. What are your thoughts?
Lefty two-hander. So Kevin Williams, I believe, was throwing it quite a bit on tour. I think Matt Russo, Packy, they were all throwing it. I mean, it's not, like I said, it's not left or right-handed ball. It's for everybody. So in my opinion, I would start, if you're going to get one, just start with a benchmark layout, especially if you're bowling just league. But if you're bowling like a tournament, I would go with the 4.5 to 5.5 inch layout. That way you can control the pattern.
Alex wants to know, in terms of surface, what surface adjustments would you make to get more ideal motion for your game? I'm not sure the relevance, but I guess in general situations.
So to do what I would do is just use like a 3000 pad. That's going to smooth out the surface and probably give you the best consistent reaction, more controllable. No matter what ball it is, it will give you, allow you to be more controllable with it. There's one out the window. So it's just too much ball to get back that far to go through the pins, when you throw it that far to the right.
So we got info on that Big Ben pattern. It's 44 foot with 25 mils. So it's basically a foot longer with about 7 less units of oil than what you're bowling on right now.
Okay, so the Big Ben we just got word is about a foot longer with 7 less units of oil. So it's going to be very similar to this. So, I mean, if you're looking to get an accelerate for that, I mean, I'm showing you this ball. And, I've got a high rev rate, but the lower rev rate, lower speed guys are still going to be able to use this on the heavier patterns just because it's such a strong ball. And I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like I should be probably 5 or 6 left of where I'm at right now because usually those big hook balls soak up so much oil, but it's still cleaner through the front versus, the real stronger balls before that would just dig in the early part of the lane.
And Jason wants to know, Milwaukee loves having you. How do you like bowling in Milwaukee?
Milwaukee, that was great. You guys are awesome. Fans are great. I enjoyed every minute of being in Milwaukee. I was going to not say this, but I will. You guys might want to check out your roads, see if you can get those straightened out. Same goes for Michigan. I'm not looking forward to going to Detroit. I'll use my truck in a pothole.
Oh, boy.
No, Michigan's great. You got great food. And you guys are awesome there. I appreciate all the support from everyone there as well.
Dylan, other than practice more, what do you do when you're doing bad for a month, bowling bad for a month?
Oh, that's tough. If you're not seeing a coach and having someone, watch your game, or if you're not doing videos, it's probably best to just take a rest. Take a couple weeks off. Don't quit, but take a couple weeks off. Just let your body reset because you have a lot of muscle memory when you're bowling a lot. So just like out on tour, we're bowling a lot. Every week we're bowling 30, 40, 50 games, and we can't really take off. So we kind of got to bowl ourselves out of it. Whether it's the next tournament, you kind of got to waste to figure out what your game's doing. But just take a little break. There's nothing wrong with that. If you got to get a sub for league, do that. I'll make a little move here. That's pretty good. A little quick.
So what kind of adjustments are you going to make now that you've adjusted left and now you're not getting the ball through the pins? What are you going to change with your hand position or ball speed or anything like that?
Yeah, so the little adjustment I made there was about a 5 board left with my feet, 2 with my eyes. That was a little bit quick, so I'm going to slow it down just a little bit and then make sure I get my hand around it versus where I was before. I was trying to be a little bit more up the back of it. But make this little move here and see if I can slow down. I'm so excited to talk to you guys about this ball. My heart rate's up, so. So yeah, DV8 Accelerate. This is probably a little bit too far left with this ball. Generally, I would be in like something Pearl or maybe even the DV8 Troublemaker with shine on it.
And what's your opinion on the Captivate? Anthony wants to know.
Captivate would be one I could be in right now as well. That's a great point. Bringing that ball up, yeah. So Captivate, it would probably be something I could come into with off of this move. If this doesn't work, I'll probably go back to the right and manipulate my hand. But Captivate would be perfect right now. So the Captivate, I would probably have it with my standard drilling, maybe put like 3,000 on it to play right here. But the Captivate, I can't really get too far left with. This is probably the perfect spot, like between 22 to 28 with the Captivate. It would probably look pretty good right now. That's what I should have drilled one for this video.
We'll be focused more on HellCat for this video. And you said you're going to throw the chill a little bit, right?
Yeah, we'll get into that chill here shortly.
Good shot.
There we go. So I made too far of a move. Like I said, I was probably too far left with it for that ball being such a big core. So I'm going to stay around 23 or so at the arrows.
We are bowling on 43 foot of oil with 32 units. Pretty heavy oil today.
Yeah, this is a pretty heavy oil pattern today. 43 feet, 30 units?
32.
32 units. So that's left. That was on me. Probably should slow down on my shots here. Take my time.
Yeah, take a breather. With Norm as the manager and all your teammates, does any other team stand a chance in the PBA league?
Absolutely not. No chance. Well, you can't. Well, what do you think? I mean, we've got 3 Hall of Famers, 2 two-handers. We don't need a lefty, I don't guess. So look at the run we made last year. I'm not saying Norm made his best performance, but we still got it done. We still finished second. I had a chance to win. Everyone bowled great. But I feel like, with the addition of another Hall of Famer, taking the place of a Hall of Famer, we can't go wrong. I'm excited about the league. It's going to be great.
Anthony wants to know, would you suggest the HellCat XLR8 over the Troublemaker?
Accelerate over the Troublemaker. Man, that's a tough one, but the Troublemaker is my favorite ball right now. I feel like with a 5.5 inch layout on the Troublemaker versus the XLR8, they're probably going to be similar, but the Troublemaker is going to be a little bit cleaner. It's not going to dig as early as this XLR8. So I would probably take, from my personal experience, I would take the Troublemaker.
And then in your experience, have you thrown Mindset and Archetype? Can you compare it to the XLR8?
I have not thrown an Archetype. I can't compare that. I do know the Archetype is very, very strong. I would say this is probably going to be a little bit cleaner than the Archetype. The Archetype dug very early. I never did get a chance to drill one, but I saw Marshall Kent throw it a lot. He's quite a bit up the back of it. But not very many guys threw that. So I think it was too strong for us on tour. So this might be the best piece to throw for us.
And is the HellCat earlier or later than XLR8?
The original HellCat is going to be later and flippier than the XLR8. Just about as designed. It is for me. I actually have the HellCat.
My boy Memo's in the chat. Any advice to upcoming junior bowlers?
Yeah, I talked to a lot of them last week. They asked me the same thing. All I could tell them was to listen to their coaches, listen to their parents. They're watching with their eyes, just like we have ball reps behind us, and to make your spares. And most importantly, to have fun. Especially at a tournament like that. You traveled so far, spent all that money. Just make sure you enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, you're not going to enjoy bowling when you go back home. So make your spares, listen to your coaches, and just try to learn from everything that you're doing. And
then Timmy Foy wants to know what's your benchmark ball right now.
Timmy, so the Chill, I think, is going to be my benchmark. We'll throw that here shortly, but
why don't you throw it a couple shots now? We're already 25 minutes in, so why don't you go throw it a couple shots?
Alrighty. We're deep in this already. I thought this feels like it's been 5 minutes. All right, so yeah, Timmy, the Chill is my benchmark, I think. That's a little right. Oh, still got it. But if it's not the Chill, it's a Troublemaker with a benchmark layout. And then if that's too weak or too flippy, I'll go to the 4.5 or 5.5. And if those are too much, I'll go back down to like a 2.5 or a 1.5. I'm pretty impressed with this Chill from what I've seen. So this would be a great league ball. Even we're still bowling on a 43 foot, with 32 mils, I believe you said.
What's layout on that ball?
This is going to be one of my standard 35 by 4.5 by 30. layouts. Show it to you guys here. This is what I call pin stacks for me. If I can get this right here. How this works. So that's my standard layout. And if I need something a little bit more, I'll change it up a little bit, but usually this is what I use. I don't usually kick CG out or nothing like that. So I'm about 7 right of the accelerate. Maybe about 8 right. You can see how smooth it is. Very controllable, very predictable. Could be a good league ball for me. You know, I've been throwing Kudas and power torque, so this could be right there with it. I'm not sure on the numbers. I'm not a number guy, but from what I'm seeing on the lanes, it's pretty close. And this is right of where I've been with the HellCat, so that's good news. Sweet. The old 4.9 4.4.
How do you play on shorter patterns there, Matt? With 38 foot. What kind of balls?
Shorter patterns, I'm going to try the old purple hammer. But if that doesn't work for me, or I don't like what I'm seeing, I will throw something like an accelerate, or possibly, you know, like an archetype type of ball. And I can even throw in the 5.5 inch pin to CG, pin to CG.
Center grip.
Pin to center of grip, not CG. Troublemaker, 5.5 inch.
And what about for extra dry lanes? Scotty wants to know how do you play? What's your dry lane bowling ball?
My dry lane bowling ball, it just depends on the surface of the lanes, how dry they are. If I'm starting like on the wolf pattern, I'm probably going to be in a purple for a game or so until they blend out just a little bit. Lanes carry down, then I'll get into, you know, like an accelerate or like I said, a troublemaker. I'm not a big fan of short patterns. I missed this one. I missed the wolf pattern this year, unfortunately. But that's about how I would attack it.
And then any changes to surface to that chill?
Chill's out of the box. It's got a little bit of lane shine from doing the videos, but not too much. Out of the box, it was just like this, so it's not, you know, it's not very much change to me. I'm playing the same area I was for the videos, so I think it's fine the way it is. And if you need to make it a little bit smoother, you can bring it up to 4,000. That's a bad rack.
Open rack here.
Yeah, I was trying to accommodate that.
Got to play the rack. Got to play light mixer on that shot.
More angle. I'm always trying to go high flush, but if I go light mixer, I'm trying to 2/8 in there. That's what it seems like it does.
So Dylan wants to know, on the pattern you're on, you can only take 3 balls and a spare ball. What are you bringing?
For this pattern that I'm on, I would probably have a spare ball, and then I get 3 more.
Yep.
I gotta have my favorite troublemaker. Accelerate. Well, I mean, I got them right here. Chill, accelerate, and a troublemaker. I don't have the troublemaker, but 2 of them are here. It seems like, you know, I can play any part of the lane with all of these. It depends also how many games I'm bowling. If I'm bowling 6 games with 4 on a pair, I'll probably have a pearl in there, like a stealth pearl, or even go back to like a Bigfoot, the original Bigfoot.
There you go.
Yeah, so the more games I bowl, the further left I'm going to be, obviously, but I always try to get into those pearls and slow hook the lane. No! Get out of there.
All right, a couple more shots, man. I say we wrap it up. What do you say?
Yeah, sounds good. We'll throw a few more shots here, and we'll answer some last questions that come in, and we'll get off the line here. We'll get me some dinner. I think I'm going to try the deck in Muskegon. It's apparently on a beach, which I don't hate. I'm not a big guy for sand, but I can enjoy the view for sure. That's slow. That was slow.
Better move.
Yeah, I got to make a move here. getting tired. Shouldn't be, but I am. It's been a long day. Filming videos of bowling balls and throwing shots.
Steven wants you to compare to the original HellCat, but you only got the Chill and the Accelerate on the rack for today.
Yeah, I don't have the original HellCat. If I was going to compare it, the original HellCat's going to be cleaner and a little bit flippier. And this is going to be earlier, more mid-lane, and smoother, but still very continuous.
And probably the last question we'll take. Brutal Collision, how do you compare that to the new HellCat?
Last question. Brutal Collision to the HellCat. Two different animals. The original HellCat or the Accelerate?
Accelerate.
To the Accelerate. So let's do Brutal Collision. It's going to be way cleaner for me and rolly off the spot, where this is going to dig quite a bit sooner, but be smoother, I think, than the Brutal Collision for me. I had the Brutal Collision a little bit whippy. I don't know if it's just my game, but sometimes it would just come right off the spot, and that's not what I like to see. I like to see it roll off of it versus, like, league pattern. Some guys like to see it whip.
All right, let's throw one more shot, one more strike with each ball. How about that?
Oh, get there. All right, one more shot with each ball.
Yep. So let's switch over to Accelerate, and then we can wrap up. Say bye to everybody, and thank you guys for all tuning in.
We're going to throw this Accelerate here. See if I can remember what I'm doing. All right, here we go. Got to end on a good note. Oh, fell off.
Another 4-9.
Oh, the 049. All right. Well, anyway, thanks you guys for coming in and chatting with me, watching me bowl a little bit. Make sure you check out the DV8 Accelerate and the DV8 Chill. You can find those at DV8bowling.com. Make sure you follow us on all our social media pages. And if you have any questions, feel free to send me a message on my athlete page, Matt Ogle athlete page on Facebook, or Matt Ogle DV8 on Instagram. That's all we got. Thanks for joining.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Over the past year, the HellCat has become a staple in the DV8 lineup, and we're excited to build on that success by introducing the HellCat XLR8 for the upcoming league season. The HellCat XLR8 uses the time-tested Hellraiser core wrapped in the Maximum Havoc cover stock. And with the 1500 grit box finish, the HellCat XLR8 begs for the heaviest of oil patterns. But the HellCat XLR8 is not the normal strong hook motion, as it uses energy at a different spot in the lane as compared to its predecessor. Additionally, the HellCat XLR8 uses durability optimization technology, allowing bowlers to use more layout options without worrying about durability and voiding the warranty. The HellCat XLR8's core and cover stock combination allows for more energy on the back end to optimize entry angle on heavy oil lane conditions to promote improved hitting power and better pin carry. If you're looking to add aggressive hook motion and pin-punishing hitting power to your bag, check out the DV8 HellCat XLR8 and let the striking begin. For more information on the HellCat XLR8 and other awesome DV8 products, visit your local pro shop, check out DV8bowling.com, and be sure to follow us on our social media channels.